What's up, YouTube? Something cool just got in. So, this, I was contacted by Hubless Yoyos, and they said, hey, we want to send you our newest yo-yo. Check all the links down in the description, you can see it, but this is the Doughnut from Hubless Yoyos. I wanted to do an unboxing on camera. I threw the packaging away that had all of my address and their address and stuff on it, because, you know, didn't need that. But, this is what was inside of it. So, came with a note, and a box that looks like a donut box. So I appreciate for them, they went all in on this. See, Hubless Yoyos right there. Really went all in on this. Came with a note. Read the note to you. Tom, I've sent this to you just as I would send to a regular customer. Please be honest in your review. Thank you very much for taking your time to look at my creation. Not even a yo-yo. Look at my creation. So, super interested in this because there's no hub to the yo-yo. It's a donut, and let's check it out. Ooh, more notes. We'll read that later. That looks like a longer one. String comes in this fun little thing here. Man, he really went for it. All out. Because that looks like paper that you would get at like a bakery when you like get a donut, and it comes in a donut box. Like this is how you do it. If you're gonna go nuts, you go nuts and you go all out. And there it is, the Hubless Yoyos donut. Get all the paper. Man, that looks just like a donut. Look at that. So you can see through it. There's sort of a like, I mean, I guess there's got to be something in the middle. You can see through it. This is like kind of the craziest thing. This is kind of the craziest yo-yo I've ever seen in my life. This is definitely the craziest yo-yo I've ever seen in my life. But how cool is this? It's kind of H-shaped, I guess. This is so cool. All right, let's see how it plays. I think this weighs like 90 grams. So this is gonna kind of play weird, but there's nothing. There's like a hole in the center, so there's no. That's how you get rid of center weight. You just put a hole in the middle of the yo-yo. Let's see how it plays. All right, two more quick things before we throw the Hubless Yoyos donut around. Comes with a sticker. That wins. Sticker. There's a sticker in the box. When you put a sticker in the box, it's like putting a sticker on my heart, and I love it. That's the logo, Hubless Yoyos. Or Hubless Yoyo. Very cool. And it's got all the specs and everything on this note. I opened the note as soon as I shut off the camera. It's got all the specs and everything here. So diameter 75 millimeters, width 40 millimeters, weight 90 grams, bearing size 21 millimeter bearing, so it's a huge bearing. It's a silicone response with grunt bowl anodizing. So grunt bowl did this. This was machined in America because of course it was. Chinese manufacturers wouldn't do this. If you want to do something crazy, you got to machine it in America. Test every yo-yo, stand behind the product. Patrick Killian. Thank you, Patrick. But yeah, check all the links down in the description because you're going to want to check this out. Like, seriously. But let's go throw it now. Now that I've found everything else. Oh, and in the strings, there are 2 kitty fat in here. Okay. So, it comes with 2 kitty fat strings. And he said he sent this to me the same way anybody else would get it. So, you get not 1, but 2 strings, a sticker, a yo-yo, and a box that looks like a donut box, and some paper that explains what it is. Because there ain't anything else like this. And this is probably going to be the most unique yo-yo I've ever thrown. So I'm excited. So let's throw it. Alright, and we are back through the magic of editing. It is several days later. Let's throw around the Hubless Yoyo a little bit. So, I've played with this a little bit since I've unboxed it. And, it actually didn't play half bad. Actually didn't play bad at all. It's pretty smooth. It's very narrow. And plays very, like, H-shaped, but with like no rim, like no center weight at all, because there's clearly a hole in the yo-yo. It's not dead smooth, but it doesn't vibe much. I'd say 9, maybe almost like 9.5, like 9 out of 10. It's pretty smooth. A lot smoother than I was expecting it to be, considering it wasn't really designed to be like, you know, a smooth competition yo-yo, but it's pretty smooth. That being said, it's 90 grams. This thing weighs a ton. You feel every last bit of that 90 grams when you throw it around. It does play unresponsive, and it's not terribly unstable. You got to make sure you keep it on the plane because you don't have a whole lot of room to work in here, and the string will push on the sides and knock you and tip you over. But it's not that bad, like as far as that's concerned. Like you could still do tricks with it, and works out pretty well actually. It's so heavy that like you sort of have to bind it early because it needs to have enough spin to get back to your hand, like gravity wise. But I gotta say, this thing's fun. Like it's sort of a novelty throw, and I don't want to say novelty like that's a bad thing. It's definitely a novelty yo-yo. The whole idea behind this was, let's put a hole in the center of the yo-yo and make it look like a donut. I think the playability of it was sort of like, I don't want to say an afterthought, but it certainly wasn't the primary goal of a yo-yo that's designed like this. So, you know, it's kind of a novelty in that regard. It's like, sort of a like, well, let's see if we can do this. And they did. They did it. So, when it first showed up, it had sat outside in like 8-degree weather, and was sort of responsive at first, which I kind of didn't mind. I lubed up the bearing a little bit, worked it in. It's unresponsive now, but the gap is a little bit narrow, so I can get it to come back if I'm like trying to get it to return. It's not like super duper unresponsive, but it'll handle all the unresponsive tricks. Like it's not gonna just snag on you. It doesn't feel snaggy at all, but the gap is not super huge, and the bearing is not super wide, so it has the potential to be responsive. That really, I think, is just the design thing. I don't think it could have been any other way. In all honesty, what I would really like to see from Hubless Yoyo is a smaller, lighter mini donut that is responsive. I feel like that would be really cool. This was kind of fun as a responsive yo-yo. At 90 grams, it's way too heavy to be responsive, other than if you're throwing it super light, because it will smash your knuckles. If like, I didn't try to do anything crazy with it because I didn't want it to snag back on me and hit me at 90 grams. But it's kind of a fun novelty throw. Like, I'm not like that. I was like, oh man, what if I hate this? It's pretty fun. I've been having some fun with it. It's definitely different. 90 grams is like, 90 grams is a lot. Like, it's really heavy. It's not, I wouldn't get this for a kid. But, you know, if you're an adult that's like, 90 grams, huh? Novelty throw, huh? That kind of looks cool. I would absolutely check this out, because I don't think they're too terribly expensive. I think the glitch ones, or like the B grade ones, are like 50 something, and the A grades, like depending on the color you get, are either 75 or like 65. And it totally looks like a donut. Like, look at that. That looks like a delicious donut. It grinds a little bit. The finish doesn't feel bad. It actually kind of feels like a brushed aluminum finish, like it was brushed and then like anodized, or however they made it look like chocolate. Some of them have like splashes and stuff. I know Gruntbull did some of the ano work on it, and the Gruntbull stuff looks really good. This actually looks really good too. Like, it looks like a donut. It really just looks like a donut. Now, it's too big to fit in my case, and it's absolutely the heaviest yo-yo I have, probably by at least 20 grams. But it works. Totally works. And is pretty fun. Like, that's kind of it's kind of a big, slow, floaty, just like, you don't expect it to play this way, but if you pay attention to what you're doing, like I wasn't doing there, you can pretty much hit all your tricks. It almost got me. So I would say this thing is fun and challenging. And who doesn't like a fun challenge novelty throw? I know I do. Definitely pretty cool. I appreciate them sending this over for me to try out. But it's constructed pretty cool. So let's go put it on the desk. We'll take it apart and I'll show you the guts. Alright, we are back on the desk with the Hubless Yoyo's Doughnut. Let me show you guys what this is like. So this is machined in America because there's no Chinese shops that are gonna do this for you. They just aren't. The bearing is weird. Not weird, but it's different. It's clearly a pulley bearing. Kind of thin. But it does play unresponsive. But because it's so thin, it's not that unresponsive. Spins pretty good, spins pretty quiet, pretty smooth. You can see it is flowable silicone. It's got these big rings here. Flowable silicone in there. Did a pretty nice job. Plays nice, responds good. So good snappy response. It goes together really well. Like, let me line it up here. Show you what I mean. Does that like that thing one drops do? So nice precision machining. Like I said, the finish, I don't know if you could tell, it's sort of like before it was anodized, it looks like it was sort of like, I don't know, like brushed. So very cool. It kind of grinds okay, but like you have to be very careful because it's like narrow and you don't want to get the string caught or anything, but like it'll do it. You saw me do it. And so very cool there. I like the design. As far as like cons are concerned, I don't want to like do cons or anything because it's clearly a novelty yo-yo. It's a novelty throw. But it's really fun. Like, it's kind of challenging to hit your tricks on it, and it's really heavy, but it's just kind of like slow and floaty and like just there's really no weight in the center there. It's all just sort of a hollow rim, big floaty float around thing. It looked cool on camera, flying around because it's huge. And it totally looks like a donut. Like, I can't get over how much it looks like a donut. Totally looks like a donut. So, as far as novelty throws are concerned, cool. What I would like to see from this company in the future, though, is maybe like a more playable, less novelty yo-yo that sort of incorporates the same type of idea. Maybe, like I said, a responsive one, like a mini one that's responsive and like lighter. It would need to be under 60 grams, but I think this would make a really cool responsive yo-yo. Just this heavy is gonna kill your knuckles, but if it was a little smaller and a little lighter, like I think that'd be really cool. And I think that would be definitely something I'd be interested in playing as well. Really neat design, really very different. This is a very outside the box thinking kind of a thing. So if you are tired of what normal yo-yos are, and I guarantee you don't have anything that plays like this. You don't. It's smooth, it's really heavy, and it's kind of a challenge, but it's fun. I have fun with it. You know, if I thought it sucked or if it was some kind of piece of garbage, like, it's clearly like it was done very well. It was machined very well. Whether or not you're going to like it is sort of up in the air. It's not going to play like anything you have. I can assure you of that. And it's pretty challenging to play, but it's not too bad. And it's really fun. So that's my opinion on it. But let me know what you guys think. Is this the craziest yo-yo you've ever seen? Because it looks pretty crazy. It's probably the craziest yo-yos I've ever seen. Certainly the craziest one I've ever played. I'm going to be bringing it with me pretty much anytime I go to a yo-yo thing so that I can be like, here, you need to try this to everybody that I meet. So, super fun yo-yo. Really, really appreciate Patrick over at Hubless Yoyos sending this out to me. I look forward to more of his crazy ideas because this is crazy, but it's pretty fun. So, appreciate that. Check out the links down in the description, guys. You can still pick them up on the Hubless Yoyo's website. I think they went on sale. They're like 65 or 55 bucks, depending on what you get. And cool. It's machined in America. Anodized by Grunt Bull. Fun toy. That's all I'm going to say about it. But thanks for watching, guys. Please make sure you like and subscribe. I do yo-yo videos every day. I'm insane. It's either me or Austin. Austin's got one coming up here. He did a cool review for me. So got some stuff coming up. But make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers to you. I don't have any coffee. And I will see you next time.